Hello everyone, welcome to the 35th tutorial in the series of Complete Guide to React.js. In this tutorial, we are going to see the most important topic in the React.js while using forms. I said most important because each and every person, including me as well, would have done this mistake when you are going to be a fresher in React.js and while developing a forms. That's why I have kept a separate topic for this in order to explain you guys to be aware of what cautions you need to take care when you're using submit button in forms in React.js. So in this topic, I'm going to explain about that. So for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be creating a text, and what I'll also be doing is while creating a text, I'll also include that as a form elements, and I'll explain you guys like what is that particular caution we need to take care of it. So at first I am going to take the same code base what we have used in the previous tutorial, and in fact you can you can just look the code. Like we have kept a div tag, and the input type is username alone is present. Though we have typed this, like we add a input type, right? Input type as a text, and a text box had appeared, and right now React.js is controlling it. Still, it is not a form elements. So in order to make it as a form elements, what we need to do? It is bit very difficult. Please understand. You have to give form over here and close the form tag over here. That's it. You have created a form element right now. So if you take a look at the browser right now, this will act as a form element. So in order to explain the caution which I have explained you guys at the start of this tutorial, I'll create one username and password input type, and then I will have a button which is nothing but a submit button. I'll explain the submit button, what happens after clicking the submit button with an event and without an event, which is passed inside the event handler of submit button. So for that, initially what I'll do is, in order to make the look and feel appearance good, I'll create a label over here, and I'm going to name it as a username label. Over here I'm going to give it as a username, and I'm also going to create a label name for password, and the input type would be password as well. And input type I'm going to give it as password. And over here on change handler, I'm going to have the name it as handle password change, and in the set state I will give the default value of the password to be empty. Same I did it for the username. I'm going to copy this entire contents and I'm going to place outside the render method, which is the best practice as I've explained in the previous tutorials in this series. And I'm also going to rename with an event rather than target value. So you can access the value by event.target.value. I missed dot, so I'm going to give target. Perfect. So again I have to create one password change element, right? So I'm copying the text, and since the functionality is one and the same, I'm going to replace that with the password. So over here also, I'm going to replace that with password instead of username. So right now I have copied this and paste it in a place over here. Since it is outside the render method, I need to access it with this dot and this dot like that. So I have created form elements and you can able to see two text box will be present, one with the username and the password. And don't get confused like why this is present already, because I have already tried it and it stores the cookie values and browser cookie values and it shows over here. So don't get confused with that. And next part what we are going to do is we have created the text field and the password. Right now we are going to create a button. So for that I am going to import button, or you can also give input type equal to button, anything. I'll prefer this one, and I'm going to keep the name of the button as login. And once this is being it, what is going to do that would be handled in on click event. So make sure that it is camel case, and inside this I'm going to mention this dot handle submit change. And over here I'm also going to create an handle submit change method to handle the submit, and I'm not going to pass the event as mentioned. And instead of the set state, I'm going to put an alert message saying that this is the username and password like that. So I'm going to make username plus this dot state dot how I'm going to access it with username, and then plus I'm going to mention the password as well. Password. In real time, you should not post password in your UI, but this is for our understanding. I'm going to do this. Basically, what will happen in real time? If you are working in an applications, at this point of a time, you have to pass this values to your service or your database, where you will verify the username and password is correct or not. So over here, we just simply alert it since we don't have any inline service or database right now. So what it happens basically right now is I'm going to put the username and the password, and after clicking the login button it is giving me a alert message saying that this is the username and the password that you have entered. Let me take a look at the browser. I'm going to empty those contents which is already present. I'm going to write some values. Okay. So in the password tab, whenever I type this one, the password is also getting set. So we will see what it is. We have did some mistake. That is nothing but the value is username still, whereas it should be password, and that's why whatever we typed on the username was also adding some contents in the password tab as well. So over here I'm going to refresh the browser and clear the cookies. I'm going to mention my username. Let me keep it as Satish, and password, and click on login. That is going to give me an alert message saying that username Satish, password whatever I have entered. So now I'm going to click on the OK button. Take a look at the browser alone. It gets refreshed. Did you take a look at it? Maybe one more time I'll submit it. If you take a look at it, it is refreshing it again. So this is one of the most cautious thing that we need to take care in the web development world. Whenever you are hitting a submit button, your React.js browser refresh. And sometimes what happens is, whatever the contents that I have entered over here, I have entered over here as a Satish, and I'm going to enter the password, click on login. it goes to the service and it just refreshes and gives me the cookie value, right? Say for example, when you are working on an application, or else if you are not worked on any application, you are going to your banking site. When you are putting the username and password, and when you are getting the login button, if your login credential is passed or it's okay, it would allow you to your new applications. New web page, like where you can see your account summary and other things. But say for example, if your account is not valid credential, you have not provided the valid credential password, at that time if you refresh it, everything would be over here is empty. It is okay, we have only 2 fields, but in a real big applications, you will have lot of contents over here, and when you click on login and if the browser refreshes, you will lost all the information that is present or entered over here, right? Which is a bad user experience. So in order to avoid it, what we need to do? This is the one cautious thing that I want to explain you guys in this particular tutorial. The reason is most of the people who is working as a freshers or a developer in React.js at first, they would come to this particular place where they will get lost, and hence the reason I want to post a video especially on this and keep you guys updated, like what it would happen when I am clicking the submit button. So this is the default behavior of submit button. Right now, in order to avoid it, so what I'll be doing is I will be passing an event. Event is nothing but a default inbuilt parameters that would be present while handling a submit button or on click or on change. So in this, I have to do event.prevent default. So by doing event.prevent default, which is also an inbuilt method, what it will happen is it will prevent your browser to get refreshed. So we have created a form elements, and inside the form elements we have the username and the password. And in case if you want, you can also include a lot of things like drop down radio button, checkbox as you wish. And once you click on the submit button, in order to not refresh or flush out the values whichever it is present already exist inside that, you need to do is event.prevent default. So after having this event.prevent default, I'm going to give the username and password. Let me take a look what is happening over here. Username, and clicking on login, it gives me username as an alert message and the password. So assume that this alert message is nothing but it is contacting the service and checking whether the username and the password is correct or not, and click on OK. You will see still your username and the password persist. It is not getting refreshed. So you should be very cautious when you're using the submit button, and hence you need to use event.prevent default in order that browser doesn't get refreshed. And as mentioned, we are now actively using the forms, and submit button is one of the form element. Username, password is one of the form elements. It should be enclosed within the form tag, and whatever the contents, it should be present over here. So that's it from this tutorial. So I just want to explain the most important or the things easily the developers or any freshers would in React.js would do, and hence the reason I've created a separate tutorial over here. Thanks for watching, and please feel free to subscribe, and you have a subscribe button at the end of this video at the right hand side right hand side bottom corner. You can click on it and you can subscribe it, so that in next tutorial whatever I am going to do, it would get notified for you, and we all be in the same page over there. Thanks, and have a nice day ahead.